Good morning, everybody. We'll give it a few more seconds, let everybody get in that wants to get into this live stream. Thanks for joining me this Sunday morning, February 18th. Currently have 30 degrees here in west central Missouri. Hey, good morning, Lucky. We're taking a look right around Dayton, Missouri, looking off to the east to beautiful sunshine, clear skies. And again, for those who don't know where Dayton is, it is just across 7 Highway near Creighton, Missouri in Cass County. This is another one of our camera angles that the homegrown storm chaser team of Nader Boys right here in west central Missouri provides to us here at Subby's Weather Talk. As we head closer to severe storm season, these are going to provide invaluable looks at as the weather comes into our neck of the woods. We have several cameras up in west central Missouri with last time I talked to Isaac, there's several more that are possibility of going up here for springtime. So thank you, Nader Boys, for allowing us to be able to utilize these camera angles. Good morning, Janet. So let's go ahead. We got quite a bit of stuff to talk about this morning. We're going to talk about short term. We're going to talk about long range forecast. We're going to talk a little bit about our fundraising raffle that is going to be happening this evening at 7 o'clock. Remember, you've got till 6 o'clock tonight to get in a opportunity to win one of our awesome prizes we have set up for the raffle. You have till 6 o'clock. All it takes is any size donation to Subby's Weather Talk. We have obtained our goal for this fundraising season. So, and tonight during our live raffle results, I will kind of talk about where we're at, what we're able to do with that money here in Subby's Weather Talk, and what it has been used so far. I was able to utilize that money to buy an entire year's subscription to some of our software, website, and radar applications and software. So incredible, the outpouring of support. And matter of fact, I still have some yet more donated prizes that have come in over the last 24 hours for the raffle tonight. So very exciting. You stand a great chance to walk away with a cool prize on top of helping out the room and Subby's Weather Talk and providing the latest and greatest data for everybody here in west central Missouri. So today is the 18th. So over the last month, based upon the LRC cycling theory, we have been watching for an Arctic or Canadian air mass to work its way into West Central Missouri, as well as starting to get back to a more active stretch of weather. And it does look like that is going to happen by the time we get to late next week will be the start of kind of a stormy, colder pattern, and the possibility we may see some of our first severe weather of the season in the first week of March, right around the same time as our severe storm seminar that is going to be held March 6th at the Benson Center here in Clinton. And so yeah, there's lots of things to talk about today. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So what we're looking at now, I thought I would show you guys the storm systems and the timing of the storm systems as we go ahead and move through the next, say, 14 days. We'll go back, we'll take a look at the upper level air maps and show you where the troughs and the ridges are lying. We'll take a look at temperatures, and then we'll take a look at the rain/snowfall for the next couple weeks. So let's just take a run here real quick at the overall U.S. map, and we will take a look at where some of these storm systems are going to be coming out of. So right now, for the next 3-4 days, we're going to have beautiful weather, guys. Absolutely gorgeous sunshine, 60s. We may even hit 70 by the time we come up to Wednesday and the first part of Thursday. And then Thursday, we will definitely see a chance for some moderate rainfall throughout all of West Central Missouri. So if you notice, we're going to see this ridge. There's a little bit of a ridge right here that you can see. You'll be able to see better on the upper level air maps, but right here, where I see is going to be a ridge starting about right here, and it will be moving this way. And of course, whenever you have a ridge, you're pretty much dominated in some moisture rich air as well as warmer temperatures. So this is going to be a high pressure system. Winds go counterclockwise. So right now we still got some cooler air because it's all that we're getting a northwest flow of wind, so it is a little cooler now. But by the time that this high pressure system gets moved off, say, out to here, now we're starting to get some of that moisture-rich, warmer air from the Gulf of Mexico will work its way into West Central Missouri. So that's what we're looking at right now. So go ahead and put this into play. You notice that ridge is starting to move off to the east. This is on Wednesday, and we'll be at the ridge will be right up on top of it here in West Central Missouri and the Midwest, and that's the reason why we're going to see those temperatures bump up a few more degrees, up to near 70 degrees on Wednesday. And then we see a low pressure system that will begin to develop here in Oklahoma and into Kansas. And then that will provide enough lift to create some rain showers here in West Central Missouri. No thunderstorms, just some rain showers on Thursday. Not expecting a whole lot of precipitation, maybe a couple tenths of precip with that rainfall on Thursday. and then we kind of start to rebound just a little bit. Notice we have a little ridge, and that will provide us back with some sunshine, moderate temperatures back into the right around 60, which I'm not going to complain on 60-degree temperatures this time of year. As we go forward through the weekend, we will start to see a little development right down here in the four corners. There's a 540 line. So we're going to cool down just a little bit for late weekend. And then we warm up again on Monday and Tuesday, and take a look out here west. So what's happening yet again out in California is another atmospheric river. That is, it sounds severe, it sounds horrible, but basically an atmospheric river is how the West Coast obtains almost 80% of their rainfall for the year. Very, very moisture-rich air moves into the west. It gets lifted up by the terrain, elevation, and mountains, and provides their rainfall. The problem with this year is that these have been so strong that they are dumping 3, 4, 5 inches of rain at a time. And with the terrain being the way it is in California, they just can't handle that kind of rainfall. And they only get 10, 12 inches a year average. And they've already received well over that. Matter of fact, some areas in Southern California received their entire year's worth of rain in just 2 days with the last atmospheric river that come through. And they're setting up to have yet another very moisture-rich atmospheric river coming to the coast here as we go into next week. So they don't need this again. So southern, from about San Diego and points to the north, looking to have many more flooding problems and concerns, as well as right here on the western slopes of the mountains. Just major flooding concerns, as well as tons of snowfall for the upper elevation. So all of this activity is going to be pushing our direction at the end of the month. So we're going to go ahead and set that in place. And here we are on Tuesday. We have yet another low. We could see some significant rainfall out of this system here around the 27th. Our temperatures are going to be, they're not going to be below freezing at this time. So we don't have to worry about winter precipitation. But we do have to worry about the potential of getting some heavier rains with that system. And then right behind it is yet another low pressure system, just a day and a half later, providing yet more precipitation for west central Missouri. This also could have some heavier rainfall with this as we head into the 29th, as well as the potential to see some of those colder temperatures come on the backside and provide the possibility of seeing some snow here in west central Missouri on the last day of February. And it is being followed up by a very, very strong high pressure system right here. Now remember what I just said, winds around the high pressure system always rotate clockwise. So the further north that high pressure system comes in, it's going to be tapping into some of this colder Canadian air on the backside. So we will likely see some colder temperatures move in from around the 27th through the 30th. Now, at that time, we have to look back from the LRC This is going to be the same system that provided us with those cold record-breaking temperatures the second week of February. This is when it is supposed to be cycling back around according to the LRC, and we are starting to see signs of that happening now with some of this model data that is coming in. So that 540 line is clear down here in Arizona and New Mexico, and how far it will fall south will determine how much and what the effect of cold temperatures that we will feel here in west central Missouri. So this is also another thing that I am definitely keeping my eye on as we head toward the end of the month. You notice with this particular model run, it shows a 540 as it moves across the Midwest down into Arkansas. This would bring right around March 1st, the 27th through around March 1st to March 2nd, temperatures back down into the teens and low 20s here in west central Missouri. And then we'll go on through the March 2nd, March 3rd. We look like we're going to have about average temperatures here in the west central Missouri, likely into the 30s, maybe low 40s here in west central Missouri as we head to the end of this particular model run. Now, let's take a look at long range. And we'll do that by jumping over here to pivotal weather. And let's jump to a long range forecast. Go ahead and let it load. I will take a look here at chat real quick. Hey, good morning, Joe. Yeah, we should have plenty of opportunities to see some filling rains through about the first 10 days of March, but really keeping an eye on that from the 27th, 28th, all the way through around March 1st. We could get temperatures back down into the teens again. I'm not ready for that, but by the second week of March, we should be done with all of those freezing temperatures. I think we'll start that slow transition into spring, starting probably around the 12th to 14th of March. After that system that's due in around that time. So here on the long range, we'll start here on the 24th and the 25th. Of course, there's our system coming in on the 27th. So then again, this particular model is showing a very wide swath of heavy, moderate to heavy rains. We'll be kind of watching also for the potential. This will be our first potential to see the possibility of some severe weather here in west central Missouri. And even though the temperatures aren't going to be 80 degrees, you don't need 80 degrees to get severe weather. This time of year, you can have severe weather when temperatures hit the 50 to 60 degree mark, as long as the other ingredients are present. And we've got to have instability. You've got to have a lift mechanism, a low pressure system. You got to have a very strong low pressure system coupled with a strong low level jet, and we will have plenty of moisture. Dew points are going to hit that 50 degree mark, which is during this time of year is really about the minimum as far as dew point. Dew point measures the amount of moisture that's in the air. in relation to the current temperatures. So if we get temperatures up around the 58, 59, 60 degree mark with dew points 50 or a little higher, we're setting the stage to see some some stronger thunderstorms if the other ingredients are present. And right now, the models are showing the potential to have some of those ingredients here in the Midwest, and especially as we head a little bit further south into southwest Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, showing all the ingredients. And it's going to be a little bit warmer down there, a little bit closer to the Gulf of Mexico. Severe storm season is that's kind of my cup of tea. That's my favorite time of year. And I've been watching this pretty closely over the last few days, and we are getting closer to that time of year, guys, where we have to kind of switch off of the winter mindset and then begin to take a look at severe storm season and kind of refresh our minds on what the terminology, the watches, the warnings, where do we go in case of severe weather, that sort of thing we need to start getting brushed up on. And a lot of those topics I'll be talking about at the Severe Storm Seminar on March 6th. But, we may need some of that even before the Severe Storm Seminar on March 6th. So just kind of giving you guys a little bit of a heads up. The battle between winter and summer and springtime is pretty difficult to be able to predict long range, but it is definitely something that we are that I'm a little bit concerned about having an early start to severe storm season here in West Central Missouri. But as we get closer, I will definitely be updating as we go. So here we are on the 27th, and this, according to this model data, this was what I had just talked about here just a few minutes ago. Depending on temperatures, this particular model is showing a classic setup for a rather significant winter event here in West Central Missouri, and you can see that comma looking shape right here. That's the low pressure system being right here in that four corners. That's that magic zone, if you guys remember. We always look for low pressure systems right here in this four corner area between Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. If the location of that low pressure system gets to right around that magic zone, that's kind of our red flag, knowing that we could get quite a bit of moisture pumped up into West Central Missouri. If it falls just a little bit south, then of course the rain/snow, depending on what time of season of the year it is, will fall a little bit south, or if that low pressure system moves a little bit north, the precipitation will follow it, a little bit a northerly storm track. So this is the reason why I wanted to mention that as we head into those last couple days of February into March, we really need to be paying attention, because there's going to be several storm systems that we'll need to watch for both winter weather and severe weather. So, and then as we head on, this will actually take us beyond March 3rd, which this particular long-range model, you can't really, there's really no basis fundamental of the data that is being utilized for this model. So you really have to take it with a grain of thought. But I do utilize it so that I can kind of see a trend. So here we are on the 6th of March, another storm system. This could be a one that could provide some severe storms, especially down here in the southeast, Louisiana, Mississippi, and into Georgia. We'll have another system come through on the 10th. And it's showing a very strong system right around the 15th, 16th of March. Now, if this was holding true, this would be a time when we can expect to see some severe weather here in West Central Missouri. And so that's going to be right in the middle of the month. So, you know, that will also be a possible another target time that we will be watching for the potential of a storm system to be moving through West Central Missouri that could bring us some significant weather. Right now, looking more like on the severe heavy rain potential. But then again, March, that's that transition time between winter and springtime. So if that low pressure system falls a little bit further south and tap into a little bit cooler air, we could be talking about a late season snowstorm. But with El Nino in place, it is getting weaker. We are still under influence of a strong El Nino, but it is going to be riding up a little bit further to the north, and it's going to be almost impossible to tap into that colder Canadian or Arctic air up here in Canada. So right now, that's why I'm leaning more to an early start to severe storm season. So let's go back over here to Weather Bell real quick, and let's take a look at the upper air. Let's go to, say, the 500 millibar chart. 500 millibar chart is kind of one that I take a look at. It's at about 18,000 feet above our heads. And what that does, that kind of tells you where these storm systems are going to be going. They're kind of the steering winds to all the storm systems that we get here in the Midwest. Let's back this all the way up. And remember me talking about the ridges and the troughs. So as we put this into motion, you'll start to see those ridges and those troughs a little bit better. So right here, as you can see, let me turn my pen on. There's the trough. I'm sorry, there's the ridge. Here's our high pressure system way down here. So it's going to be pumping in much warmer temperatures next week here into West Central Missouri. And notice this right here. This is for the 24th, and we have a negative tilt to this system that will be coming in around the 24th. Negative tilt meaning like this. A positive tilt looks like this. You tend to get more lift with a negative low pressure system. Whenever you see all these isobars tilting this direction is where you look for the potential of precipitation. So, I'm not trying to get too scientific on you guys, but that's just something that you can look at as we look at these upper level air maps. And we'll go forward. You notice Southern California. There's another low pressure system out here, and here on the 26th, they're getting pummeled yet again in Southern California with torrential rains and flooding concerns. Now we'll be up underneath another ridge right around the 22nd, or I'm sorry, that's the 27th. And then that's when all these storms begin to line up out here into Southern California and the West Coast and bowling ball their way into the Midwest. This is a very significant low pressure system. That is the trough. That is the dip in the jet stream. And that's where you see the low pressure system at, right there. And that is the first one that I'm keeping a very close eye on for the potential of seeing possibility of some of that severe weather the last couple days of the month. Because right now, right here, this would be the favorite zone. Yeah, well, actually, that's way too big. About right here is going to be the favorite zone to see severe weather according to this model run. And that's around the 29th. Very, very strong low pressure system. But one thing I've noticed over the last couple runs, without getting too technical, you know, I was telling you guys about positive tilt, negative tilt. Well, if you notice, as this moves into west central Missouri and here over Missouri, it begins to, instead of being that bowling ball, that real tight bowling ball pattern, it begins to elongate. And look what direction it's shaping up to be, like that. Okay, so now we're back to a positive tilt, not a negative tilt. So that these are all things, every model run that I look at daily for that potential to see either a winter storm or severe, the possibility of severe storms. I look for characteristics such as that every time that a model run comes out. So, and then here we have a very, very strong ridge with the high pressure system right here that will be marching across. That is going to probably start to provide us some warmer temperatures as we get past that first week of March. Then we have a small little low pressure system here that begins to develop around the 4th and 5th. So it's not very strong, but that will be also something else that I'll be taking a look at as we get a little closer. So let's kind of scale this down. You guys kind of know what we're looking at from a standpoint of kind of the long range forecast over the United States. Let's kind of get back down to more here in west central Missouri. And let's take a look at some temperatures. So of course we started off really cold this morning. I'm back up to about 35 degrees right now. And you notice those blues as we get into the yellow colors, the tan colors, a little bit warmer. So you start to see, and whenever you start seeing the cold temperatures, that is based on nighttime temperatures. And it will just kind of rotate around. We start to see Tuesday back up into the mid-60s for west central Missouri on Tuesday. We get into Wednesday, take a look at those 70s marching up on our doorstep. We'll cool back down for the weekend, back into the 50s. And then right around the 26th, this is also what's a little bit concerning for severe storm season, starting a little bit early, is the fact that about a day and a half prior to that cold front moving in, that low pressure system, that real big deep trough, we're going to have temperatures close to 70 again. So that's also something that we are that I'm keeping a close eye on. We get temperatures up into the mid-60s, lower 70s, and that will just increase our chances to see some severe weather as that low pressure system marches across. and obviously you see that cold front come marching in right here, and that's on the 29th. And then we have a little bit of a cool down. We'll see temperatures. Looks like right now March 2nd actually been where I am currently employed at, of having a 1-day sale on Saturday, March 2nd. So right now it's looking like no precipitation and highs right around the 40-degree mark. And then soon after that, we begin to warm up back into the 60s again, getting ready for our second chance to see some severe weather as we go into that first week of March. Take a look here at chat real quick. Good morning, Alan. Freedom Farm, you're saying I can start moving plants to your greenhouse? I would wait until, if you're going to start doing that, I would probably wait till around the 10th to the 15th of March. And the reason I say that is because the long range models, the ones that we just showed a little bit ago, showed a very significant system moving in around the 14th. Right now, it's looking more like something we need to watch for severe weather. But if that low pressure system moves just 150 miles to the south and allowing it to pick up a little bit of that winter colder Canadian air, we might be looking at some snowfall. So if you're trying to look for a date to move into the greenhouse, I would probably set it sometime from the 15th and on. I'm not supposed to enjoy my opening day fishing in cold temperatures. Yeah, the first is going to be, maybe it speeds up just a little bit, so maybe we can get back up into the 40s and 50s for opening day, March 1st of trout season. I do too. It's my favorite time of year, Lucky. That's I've got a covered porch as well, and I don't know how many hours I have spent on the front porch watching it lightning and watching it thunder. I was actually out there here, it's been probably 10 years ago, well, longer than that, about 18 years ago, sitting out on the porch when we had a lightning strike our tree right beside the house, split it right in half. Boy, I had to go in and change pants after that one. Thanks, Alan. Yeah, no PSP, no Pastor Snow Day potential today, buddy. Have a great Sunday. Wyatt's on this morning. Morning, Wyatt. All right, so and again, we got the raffle coming up tonight, guys. 6 o'clock is the last. We're going to be shutting down any entries at 6 o'clock tonight for the raffle, and at 7 o'clock I'm going to be doing do a live presentation of the results of the raffle. We will be using random.org to pick our winners this evening. We've had a little over 130 donations so far over the course of the last 2 weeks. So thank you guys so much for all the generosity out there. I'm ecstatic with all of the ideas and things that we're going to be doing this spring into summer. I'm currently have a conference call, Zoom meeting with Weather 2020 with the CFO and I believe Gary, Thursday morning at 11 o'clock. So I'm looking forward to that. They're going to show me what our possibilities are here on Subby's Weather Talk to be able to do this corporately. So very, very excited for that call on Thursday morning. And again, I mentioned that I was able to be able to purchase for the year several software packages. My website hosting is paid for the year. We've had, and that's a big one. I really enjoy the website. I think it's such a great tool. It's kind of a one-stop shop. It's updated just about every week with new articles, new video news. I do a kind of a separate blog on there as well, aside from Facebook. So, there's all kinds of information right there at your fingertips on the website. I was able to pay for that and the software to edit the website for the entire year. So that was a big one. And of course, all that was made possible from all of our donators here at Subby Weather Talk. So, doesn't make any difference what it is, whether it's $1, $5, $10, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, every dollar helps to provide financially the means to be able to bring in software and do the things we do here in West Central Missouri. We are looking at expanding our severe weather, how do I want to put that? Maybe with Nader Boys coming on board. And be able to expand on our severe weather coverage out there in West Central Missouri. So very excited about that. So I'm be getting together with Isaac and his team here over the next 3 weeks, hopefully, and develop a plan for us as we head into severe storm season. Now, here in the state of Missouri, we're going to be going through Severe Storm Awareness Week beginning March 1st through the 7th. You will see me posting several little memes, little pictures, just kind of refreshing ourselves with some of the terminology, where to go, that type of information, just to kind of brush up on our preparedness for severe storm season, as it is knocking on our door, possibly sooner than later. All right, guys, that's about all I've got for today. So, and again, anybody has any questions, throw them out there on message. You can private message me, whatever you would like. I am pretty much available 24/7, even with 3 jobs going on at any given time. But that's what keeps me young. I enjoy that. If I'm able to still do it, I'm going to do it. So thank you guys for tuning in this morning. Have a fabulous Sunday. We are starting that warming trend. I will be posting the forecast on our social media pages. But for right now, we've got 57 degrees for the high tomorrow. So we'll start off the week fabulous. Sunny, 67 Tuesday. Sunny, 70 degrees on Wednesday. We will have just a little minor disturbance come through on Thursday with the chance of rain. We'll still be up there close to 60 degrees. And next weekend is actually looking rather nice, right around 60 degrees, sunshine Saturday, and then we will begin to enter on Sunday that stretch that we got back here middle of January with colder temperatures, and we've got storm systems lining up out west to start making their run here into the Midwest from the 25th through March 2nd, March 3rd. So that's what I'll be keeping my eyes on, and we'll be updating as we get closer. So everybody have a great Sunday. Thanks for watching. I'll be talking.